The survey ship Horizon drifted through a field of distant stars. Captain John Miller stood at the main viewport. He watched the small blip that marked their position. The ship's sensors were quiet until they caught a faint distress signal. The signal had no clear origin, but it carried a note of urgency. John felt a pull in his chest. He had trained for moments like this. John tapped his comm panel. "Bring up the signal details," he said. He waited as Mission Specialist Emma Lee brought the data onto the screen. The signal was weak and came from an area without any known charts. Emma frowned. "It could be a trap," she said. "We have no treaty to help unknown vessels." John met her gaze. "We do not leave someone in need," he said. In the engine room, Engineer Alex Turner scanned the power systems. He made sure the ship could handle a sudden jump. He checked every circuit. The engines thrummed in a calm rhythm. Alex leaned back and gave a nod over the comm. "All systems ready for course change," he said. He loved the hum of the machinery. It spoke of strength and reliability. In the medical bay, Kate Ryan sorted through medical packs and emergency kits. She stacked bandages and syringes with precision. She checked each shelf twice, preparing for any injured life form they might find. Her calm smile faded when she thought of unknown biology. She did not know if human medicine would help. Still, she packed her bag and set a steady hand on her medical scanner. Meanwhile, on the bridge, xenolinguist Mia Perez studied patterns of sound and light. She tried to match the signal to known languages. She keyed in data from every archive. Available strange symbols floated on the holodisplay. Mia's heart raced with excitement. She dreamed of finding proof of other beings. This could be the first time humans saved an alien vessel. Weapons Officer Ben Carter ran a diagnostic on the turrets. He tested each cannon and turret for power and accuracy. He adjusted the targeting system and smiled at the results. The turrets were locked and loaded, ready for any threat. Ben had served on defense ships before. He hoped the turrets would not fire, but he stood ready. Communications expert LaVar Simmons monitored all channels. She scanned frequencies for pirate chatter or military codes. She adjusted the fine-tuner until the signal came clear. A broken voice repeated the same phrase in a language she did not understand. Lavra recorded the sample and fed it to Mia. "Here is your puzzle," she said with a grin. John pressed a button to set a new course. The bridge lights dimmed as the ship prepared for a jump. The stars stretched into lines of light. The horizon of space bent around them. John felt a gentle push in his chest. He exhaled slowly. "Jump complete," announced the helm officer. The ship emerged near an asteroid field. The view was jagged rock and twisted metal. The distress signal grew stronger. It pulsed with a soft blue glow from a nearby wreck. Horizon moved closer to reveal a broken alien ship. Its hull was scarred and parts hung loose. A strange green mist leaked from cracks. John watched with concern. "Bring up the life signs," he ordered. Emma activated the bioscanners. She blinked in surprise. "Multiple life forms detected. They are weak but alive." Down corridors, lights flickered as Horizon powered external sensors. John stepped back and let Emma guide him through the data. The aliens had unknown body shapes. Some had long limbs, others had glowing eyes. Their hearts beat slowly. Emma looked at John. "We have to help," she said. John nodded. "Prepare the rescue teams in medical bay. We move in 10 minutes. In her cabin, Mia packed translation gear and fresh data drives. She loaded every known language module. She had only hoped to build a basic code. She practiced phrases she hoped to use. The thought of speaking to another being made her pulse quicken. Alex checked his tools and suited up for an external repair mission. He imagined the look of the alien vessel. He thought of the challenge and the chance to do good. Kate slipped into her med uniform and strapped on sensors. She carried samples of human medicine and a scanner for alien tissues. Ben went to his station and ran final checks on his weapons. He did not smile often, but this mission gave him purpose beyond conflict. He hoped he would not have to fire a shot. Lavra set up data links to share all incoming signals with the team. As the crew prepared, John stood alone at the viewport. He stared at the broken ship. He felt a sense of duty and wonder. "May they live," he whispered. Then he turned and walked to the ready room. He felt the weight of command but carried hope in his chest. 10 minutes later, Horizon's rescue shuttles slid into the asteroid field. The small craft glowed under the hull light. John, Emma, Alex, Kate, Mia, Ben, and LeVar rode inside. The shuttle's engines hummed as they approached the wreck. John gripped the railing as the shuttle docked. The airlock hissed. He led the team. Inside the alien vessel, the corridor was dark and cold. Strange symbols lined the walls. The air smelled of ozone and fear. Alex's flashlight cut through the gloom. Kate hurried down the hall to reach the life pods. She found 4 pods broken open. Injured aliens lay on the floor. She knelt and scanned one being. The alien's blood was blue and thin. Kate's hands trembled, but she cleaned a wound carefully and gave a pain stabilizer. The alien's breathing eased. Emma stayed by the scanner console. She patched power lines to revive the life support. Sparks flew, but she worked calmly. Lights flickered on. A soft humming returned to the ship's systems. Mia worked to project a simple greeting. She spoke in broken alien words. The injured one looked up with wide eyes. Mia held up a hand in peace. The alien's pulse steadied. Ben and Lavra stood back to guard the team. They peered through doorways and kept watch for danger. The silence pressed in on them. They waited for any sign of attackers. After the initial rescue, John moved to the bridge. He found the enemy weapon logs. He copied data about the pirates who attacked. He sent the logs to Horizon. The darkened bridge held clues. John felt a surge of purpose. They would learn who hurt these beings. The team finished their tasks as alarm lights faded. Kate had moved injured aliens onto stretchers and secured them to the shuttle. Alex patched hull breaches. Emma restored communications so the crew could talk to Horizon. Mia sat at a console and typed frantic translations. Words came slowly. Finally, John gave the order. "Return to Horizon," he said. The team withdrew and closed the airlock. The shuttle glided away from the wreck. Outside, the stars were silent witnesses. Back on Horizon, the medical bay was ready. Kate carried the injured aliens onto biobeds. She scanned each one and recorded vital signs. Mia projected simple alien letters on the wall. She whispered, "You are safe." The aliens did not understand her language yet, but their eyes held trust. John stood in the central corridor watching the team work. He felt hope and curiosity. This was only the start. Humanity had answered a call in the dark. He did not know what came next, but he knew they would face it together. The distress signal had led them here. Only humans responded. Now the real journey would begin. The horizon settled into a steady drift as the rescue team returned. Captain John Miller stood by the viewport, watching the stars shift slowly. He thought of the aliens they had saved. Their faint heartbeats filled the ship's sensors, and John felt a pull in his chest. He had made the right choice. In the medical bay, Kate Ryan moved quickly. She checked each alien on the biobed. Some lay still, eyes closed, others gave faint groans. Kate pressed a scanner to each forehead and chest. She noted their vital signs. Their hearts beat slowly, but they were alive. She gave them gentle touches and soft words. She did not know their language, but hope sounded the same in any tongue. Mia Perez stood at a translation console. She studied the alien script projected on the wall. The letters glowed green. She pressed keys to link her data. Drives. Each drive held thousands of human languages and codes. Now she tried to match sounds to symbols, her brow furrowed. The script shared some patterns with solar system dialects, but it was unique. Mia felt excitement and pressure. She hoped to speak with these beings soon. Emma Lee joined Mia at the console. She pointed to repeating shapes. "These might mean danger or rescue," she said. Mia nodded. "Or friend and help," she added. Together, they built a small list of words. They programmed the holodisplay to show each alien word alongside a human symbol. They tested each symbol by projecting it and watching the aliens' reactions. A soft green shape showed the aliens flinch. It meant warning. A simple wave symbol made them relax. It meant peace. In the cargo hold, engineer Alex Turner and weapons officer Ben Carter unpacked crates from Horizon. They carried boxes of medical supplies, food rations, and water units. They saw how small the aliens were. Some looked like tall humans. Others had only 3 legs or long necks. Alex measured spaces in the hold so each creature could rest comfortably. He built low platforms, padded with soft material. Ben placed small crates of purified water near each platform. Lavra Simmons ran new scans around Horizon's hull. She watched the asteroid field drift past. The wrecked alien ship lay silent in the distance. Lavra wondered if any pirates still lingered. She adjusted the shields and tested the external cameras. She moved her cursor to program a drone to scout the debris. A small black craft would glide near the wreck and send video feeds back. The drone launched and slipped out of the bay. John gathered the team in the ready room. They sat at a round table lit by soft lights. He looked at each face. "We need to learn more about them," he said. "They sent a signal, and we answered. Now we must protect them and help them return home. Emma and Mia, keep working on translation. Kate, continue medical care. Alex and Ben, learn what we can about their ship's damage. Lavra, monitor all signals for pirates. We move in 6 hours to a safer system to treat them fully." The team nodded. They left the ready room with purpose. In the lab, Kate prepared nutrients. She studied the aliens' blood tests and allergies. Some had metal in their oceans instead of water. Others had cells that thrived on light. Kate set up special lights. To mimic their home sun, she placed each alien under the glow. Their breathing eased, and some of them opened their eyes. Kate breathed a sigh of relief. "Stay calm," she whispered. "We will send you home soon." On the bridge, Emma and Mia sat. In front of the hollow wall, they projected pairs of symbols and wrote down meanings. A circle with a dot meant life. A broken line meant lost. An image of a star meant home. They carefully drew a star symbol next to the image of Earth. The aliens watched from biobeds and nodded. It meant they understood. They pointed to the star and gave a soft sound. Mia pressed record. "Home," she translated. Emma smiled. "They want to go home." Alex worked in the engineering bay. He scanned the alien ship's logs that they had downloaded. The pirates had fired strange beams that tore through the hull. The logs showed coordinates of the pirate base in the Zyra sector. Alex tapped out a report. "Captain, I found their attack patterns and coordinates." Ben stood beside him. "We could strike that base and free others," he said quietly. Alex looked at the maps. "If we follow these logs, we could stop more attacks on innocent ships. But our mission is to help them." "First," Ben nodded. "Then we help them return home and we plan our next move." Lavra peered at the drone feed. The Black Scout drone floated near the wreck. It showed shattered metal and broken pipes. No pirates stirred. Lavra turned to John. "It's safe now." "No hostiles present. We could send a team to salvage parts." John weighed their options. He looked at the aliens, some resting, some learning human symbols. He thought of their home and of his duty. "We repair what we can," he said. "Then we set a course for home. After that, we deal with the pirates. For now, our focus is safe passage." The hours passed. Horizon moved away from the asteroid field. The stars shone bright and clear. The healing lights in the lab glowed softly. The aliens' breathing grew strong. Mia spoke simple words into a mic. The hollow wall showed sound waves and symbols. The aliens repeated the words. "Peace, friend, home." Their voices were soft but clear. In the mess hall, the human team ate a quick meal. They shared rations and stories. Alex talked about his home planet, a colony on Mars. Kate spoke of her garden on Earth. Emma told of her dreams of exploring the stars. Lavra laughed and said she wanted to code languages for fun. Ben leaned back and smiled. He had never felt so connected to a mission. Mia sat quietly, already forming a new list of alien words. After the meal, John returned to the bridge. He sat in the captain's chair. Horizon's path lay set toward the Zyra sector outskirts. The navigation display showed a course that avoided any known pirate routes. John reviewed the data again and approved the route. Suddenly, an alarm beeped. Laura's voice came over the intercom. "Captain, incoming transmission. Unknown source. On secure channel." John leaned forward. On screen, the main viewport showed a small, triangular ship. It bore no marks. Its lights blinked red and blue. John felt tension. "Open the channel," he ordered. A voice spoke in clear English. "This is Admiral Stephen Grant of the Terran Defense Fleet. Identify yourselves and state your mission." The whole bridge froze. The team looked at John. John rose. He tapped his comm panel. "Captain John Miller of Survey Ship Horizon," he said. "We responded to a distress signal. We rescued survivors and are returning them to safety." The Admiral's face appeared. He had silver hair and a stern look. "Survey ship? No record exists of Horizon in that sector," he said. Emma leaned forward. "Sir, we found a distress signal and acted on it. We saved lives." The Admiral's eyes narrowed. "The area is off limits due to pirate activity. No civilian ships may enter. Please divert to base for debriefing." John felt his chest tighten. "Sir, our priority is the safety of these beings. We cannot turn back now." The Admiral's voice grew colder. "You will comply, Captain." "Or I will." "Force compliance." The call ended. John's jaw clenched. He turned to his team. "They want us to return to base. But our allies lie here, and we promise to help them home." "What do we do?" Emma stood tall. "We keep our word. We protect the weak." Ben loaded a pistol. "I say we set course and hold shields ready." Kate held a medical pack. "The aliens need us." "We cannot abandon them." Mia placed a hand on the console. "We will learn more. We can prove they trust us." A calm determination filled her voice. Alex activated the engines. "Course is set. We leave in 1 minute." Lavra locked onto pirate channels and the Admiral's ship. "They'll follow." John drew a breath. He pressed the helm override. The ship rumbled as the engines roared. The stars stretched into lines of light once more. John sat back in his chair. "Hold tight," he said. "We sail for home." Outside, the triangular ship followed. Horizon's shields glowed blue. Inside, a new bond formed among humans and aliens. They rode the stars together toward Hope. In the lab. The aliens stirred. They awakened under the healing lights. Their eyes met human friends across the room. Kate smiled. Mia spoke their new words. The aliens responded. They repeated the sounds for peace. They showed the human symbol for friend with a lifted limb. The connection was real. In the ready room, John gathered the team again. "We choose our own path," he said. "We protect the helpless and stand by our promise. We solve the pirate threat later. Right now we have a journey to share. Let's see it through." The team cheered quietly. They each carried hope for what lay ahead. Horizon sailed on through the black sea of space. A small group of humans and aliens bound by duty and trust. They had answered a distress signal. Now only humans responded. And they would not fail. The Horizon moved through dark space under the glow of distant stars. Inside, Captain John Miller studied the navigation chart. He felt the weight of the journey ahead. The aliens were safe but vulnerable. He thought of the Admiral's warning. And of the promise he made. He would bring the aliens home, no matter what. On the bridge, Emily and Mia Perez worked side by side. The hollow wall displayed alien symbols and their human translations. Blue and green shapes floated next to basic English words. Mia spoke each word clearly. The aliens watched from open biobeds in the lab. They nodded when they recognized a word. Mia smiled. She had taught them friend, help, and home. Now they learned trust, journey, and safe. This made her heart warm. In the medical bay, Kate Ryan checked the alien's strength. Most sat up and ate small rations of nutrient gel. One alien had bright yellow skin and 3 eyes. Another looked tall and thin with long fingers. Kate offered them water. They tasted it and made soft sounds. Kate scanned their bodies to see which treatments worked. Each result went into her log. She planned new care routines. She hoped the alien immune systems would grow stronger with each day. Below. Deck engineer Alex Turner and weapons officer Ben Carter studied the pirate attack logs. They plotted the coordinates of the Zyra sector base. On a back wall, Alex drew a simple map of the system. He marked pirate stations, trade routes, and planned safe corridors. Ben pointed to a belt of small asteroids. "We could hide there if they chase us," he said. Alex nodded. "We keep this as backup. For now, our shields hold, we stay on course." In the cargo hold, Lavra Simmons monitored all data channels. She watched pirate signals flicker. She saw the Admiral's ship trailing, several thousand kilometers behind. She fed the video and sensor data to the bridge. John studied the feeds. He saw the triangular ship's engines glint against the starfield. It did not fire. It chose to follow rather than attack. John felt a mix of relief and suspicion. He ordered the shields to full power and set a defensive patrol run into the asteroids. The lull in danger allowed the crew to find moments of peace. In the mess hall, they shared a meal with the aliens. Mia stood by the table and projected the word "eat." In alien script, she guided one alien's hand to a spoon. The alien tasted a soup that Kate made from safe ingredients. The creature closed its eyes and made a happy sound. The humans cheered quietly. John sat at the end of the table and looked around. He saw laughter and hope. He felt proud. Suddenly, a warning light flashed in the ready room. John hurried inside. The hologram display showed a massive stream of pirate ships jumping into the system ahead. They formed a line across the trade lane, hundreds of small craft, fighters, and cruisers. The pirates aimed to block any ship passing through. John turned to the team. "They know we helped their prey. They want to stop us." Emma's eyes widened. "We cannot outgun them." "Not yet." Ben slammed his fist. "Then we outsmart them." John pointed to Mia. "Are we ready to speak to the aliens?" Mia pressed a key. The lab view switched to the medical bay. The aliens studied the holoboard. Mia spoke a slow phrase in alien, then a human phrase. The lab view showed two aliens nod in understanding. "They know what we say," Mia said. "They trust us now. They can advise us on pirate tactics. They faced pirates before." John leaned in. "Bring them here." Mia led two aliens to the ready room. The first was the tall, yellow-skinned one. The second looked like a floating orb with small tentacles. They rested on floating platforms. Mia spoke, and the holoboard showed alien words and their human translations. The orb alien made a soft clicking sound. It pointed to a shape of a wedge and a dot. Mia translated. It meant shadow strike. The tall alien pointed to a circle with 3 dots. "They aim for our engines and shields," Mia translated. "They want to cripple us quickly." John nodded. He turned to Alex and Ben. "Prepare an ambush. We draw them into the asteroid belt. Use the patrol run Lavra set up." Alex keyed in the map. He adjusted the route to weave through tight gaps between rocks. Ben loaded remote drones with EMP charges. "One blast in the middle of their line will disable hundreds of fighters," he said. John smiled. "Good, and we keep the pirates busy away from our main engines." On the bridge, Lavra set the shields to pulse mode. She calibrated them to interfere with pirate targeting. Emma worked on translation again. She and Mia crafted a message. To send to the pirate fleet, it read, "We mean no harm. We only seek safe passage. Let us pass, or we defend our guests." John hesitated. "Send it." The holo display showed the message beaming toward the pirate line. Silence followed. Then the pirate ships replied with a simple code, "No." John felt tension ripple through the bridge. The pirate fleet opened fire. Bright beams flared across space. Horizon lurched, shields held. John gave the order. "Fall back into the asteroid field." The engines roared. Horizon dove toward the belt. Alex guided it through narrow passages. Pirates chased, their fighters stretching into the rocks. Suddenly, Ben released the EMP drones. They flew into the pirate line. A flash of white light spread. Across the formation, ship after ship fell silent. Fighters drifted into hazards and exploded. The cruisers staggered as their systems rebooted. John seized the moment. Full speed. Breakthrough. Horizon shot out of the field like a bolt of silver. Behind them, the pirate line reeled. On the bridge, Emma tapped the com. Message from the Admiral's ship. He demands our surrender. John reached for the mic. This is Captain John Miller. We will not surrender. We will defend those in our care. He turned to his team. Plot course for the nearest safe haven in the Zera sector. We go at maximum warp. Alex prepared the jump coordinates. Lavra armed the shields. Mia closed the translation console. They were ready. The mess Horizon jumped away, leaving pirate wrecks floating in the asteroid belt. The Admiral's ship fired warning shots that fell harmlessly behind them. The humans and their alien friends huddled together, facing forward. They had outrun their enemies, but the journey was far from over. They sailed toward the stars, bound by a promise to protect and to learn. In the quiet that followed, John looked at the aliens beside him. They had risked their lives for each other. He felt hope rise. The future was unknown, but he trusted his crew. He trusted humanity, and now he had new allies to share the path. The distress signal had brought them together. Only humans responded, and they would see this mission through to the end. Captain John Miller felt the engine's pulse as Horizon left the pirate reach behind. He stood on the bridge, hands behind his back. Stars streamed past the viewport. He felt hope in the quiet hum of the ship. Emily and Mia Perez sat at the holo console. They continued translation work. The holo wall showed new symbols. Today's lesson was friendship, trust, and future. Emma pointed to a symbol that looked like two circles joined. Mia typed, friendship. The aliens watched from their beds. One alien pressed its hand on the glass beside the symbol. It meant they understood. In the medical bay, Kate Ryan walked between biobeds. The aliens moved more now. They stretched long limbs and explored their surroundings. Kate offered each creature a small snack of nutrient paste. They tasted it and made pleased sounds. Kate's scanner showed improved health. She recorded data. Keep resting, she told them. You will be home soon. Down in engineering, Alex Turner and Ben Carter inspected Horizon systems. Alex ran routine checks on the engines and shields. Ben calibrated the remote drones for defense. He loaded new imp charges and tested their release mechanism. Alex grinned. We're ready if more pirates appear, Ben nodded. Let them come. We keep our promise. In the cargo hold, Lavara Simmons prepared a living module. It was a small habitat with lights, heat lamps, and soft walls. She loaded it with simple plants and simulated sunlight. The module would help aliens recover faster. Lavra liked working with plants. She thought of Earth's green fields. This module brought a piece of home to them. John called a meeting in the ready room. The team gathered around the table. He spoke. We have 48 hours before entering the Zera sector. We face unknown dangers, but our friends grow strong. We will protect them. We stick to our plan. Reach the safe world Zerathia, deliver the aliens, then return for the final fight against the pirates. Any questions? Mia raised her hand. The aliens wonder what home looks like. She smiled. John nodded. We will bring pictures and holograms. Emma, gather images of Terran worlds. Show them Earth's forests, seas, and skies. Emma tapped her tablet. On it, Captain. Kate spoke softly. They need exercise too. Could we build a small garden for them? Alex replied. If you send me the specs, I can rig a hydroponic tray in the cargo hold. Kate beamed. I'll work with you. Lavra added. I found traces of trader beacons near Zerathia. We can follow them to find a friendly port. John approved. Good work. We'll arrive with help waiting. The meeting ended. John lingered and watched his crew disperse. He felt pride in their unity. Later in the mess hall, the crew relaxed. Mia taught the aliens a simple song. Her voice echoed in the room. The aliens listened, then joined with chirps and clicks. The melody filled the space. Emma recorded it. For future translation practice, Kate tended to a small plant in a pot. She showed it to an alien with long fingers. The creature touched the leaves. It made a soft hum. Kate laughed. The plant reminded her of home. Alex showed Ben star maps. He traced their path with a finger. Ben asked, "Where do we stand if pirates chase us again?" Alex pointed to an asteroid field beyond Zerathia. "We could hide there if needed." Ben nodded, comforted. On the bridge, John plotted the final course to Zerathia. He entered waypoints and warp coordinates. The nav display highlighted the path. He checked shields, weapons, and medical alerts. Everything was ready. Just as the ship prepared to jump, Laura's voice came over the intercom. "Captain, unknown signal on long range. Proximity sensors show a small fleet civilian ships. They fly the banner of the United Stellar Alliance." John looked closely. His eyes widened. Horizon to bridge, lower shields and open channel. On the viewport, a fleet of sleek ships appeared, lights shining. A calm voice came through. "This is Admiral Grace Tan of the United Stellar Alliance. We received a broad distress alert. We mean you no harm. Lower your shields and identify yourselves." John felt relief. He tapped his comm panel. "Captain John Miller of Horizon, we escorted survivors here. They are injured aliens. We seek safe passage to Zerathia." The Admiral's voice sounded warm. "Understood. Send your coordinates. We will guide you." John ordered the shields down and the docking lights on. Horizon glided forward. In the docking bay, the Alliance ships formed a corridor of light. Horizon slipped between them and into a larger hangar. The crew gathered in the observation deck. They watched as the alien survivors were carried off by Alliance medics. The aliens glowed with gratitude. One touched John's shoulder in thanks. He bowed his head. Admiral Tan met John in the corridor. She shook his hand. "You did well, Captain. Your crew's courage saved lives. The Alliance stands ready to assist." "You against the pirates?" John nodded. "Thank you, Admiral. We could not leave them behind." Admiral Tan looked at Horizon's crew. "Your loyalty and honor remind us of our own highest ideals. You are true humans. We welcome you home." John felt pride swell. He saluted. "Thank you, ma'am." That night, John sat alone in his quarters. He looked at a hollow image of Earth. He thought of the journey behind him and the battles ahead. He whispered, "We did what is right. We will face what comes next." He shut his eyes and rested, knowing his crew would stand with him. Tomorrow, Horizon would return to the pirate line and free others. But tonight they had saved lives and made new friends. Only humans responded, and they would not fail. Captain John Miller prepared Horizon for the return trip to the Zyra sector. The docking crews had refueled the ship and restocked supplies. The crew gathered in the ready room as John outlined the plan. "We will reach the pirate stronghold and free any survivors. We go in small teams to avoid detection. We carry only the necessary gear. Stay sharp and help each other." The team nodded and left to prepare. In the engineering bay, Alex Turner loaded extra fuel cells and repaired the MP drones. He tested each charge and confirmed the timers. He checked the engines one more time. The hum of the core felt steadier than ever. Alex smiled. "We're ready," he said. Ben Carter entered the weapons locker. He armed each soldier's sidearm and checked their ammo. He loaded compact rifles with stun settings. He believed they would need to disable pirates, not kill. He packed a few grenades for emergencies. He closed the locker with determination. Kate Ryan stood before a row of medkits. She restocked syringes, bandages, and nutrient gel. She added samples of alien medicines they had learned to mix. She labeled each kit clearly. "No mistakes," she whispered to herself. Emma Lee and Mia Perez reviewed translation notes in the lab. They added new words: safe, follow, move, and quiet. They practiced pronunciation so the aliens could guide them through. The base, Mia projected symbols on the wall. The two aliens they had brought, the yellow-skinned one and the orb creature, repeated the words. Their clicks and hums sounded close enough. Emma smiled. "They'll lead us where we need to go." Lavra Simmons charted the pirate base on the holomap. She marked weak spots in the defenses. She showed the team the patrol routes around the hangar and cargo bays. "We slip in here," she said, drawing a box around a hidden access tunnel. "Then we signal the drones to disable radar. We move fast." The team nodded. That night, Horizon jumped into the Zyra sector near the pirate base. The stars looked odd, tinted by the sector's red nebula. Tension rose on the bridge. John watched the tactical display. He saw the base's outer turrets and watchtowers. He swore quietly. "Everyone ready?" he asked. The team responded with firm voices. They split into two squads. Squad Alpha, led by John, would enter through the hidden tunnel with the yellow-skinned alien guide. Squad Beta, led by Emma and the Orb Guide, would cut off communications. All teams carried beacons set to silent mode. Alpha moved through the airlock and floated toward the base entrance. The alien guide clicked softly, pointing to a narrow shaft. They followed in single file. The shaft walls glowed blue from bioluminescent moss. Alex carried a light so low pirates would not spot it. They reached a hatch. The alien pressed its hand and whispered a phrase in its tongue. Mia spoke the translation in John's ear. "This opens." The hatch slid open. Inside. The corridor was dark and cold. The team crouched behind crates as Alex hacked the door controls. Sparks flew. The hatch slid again. They entered a cargo hold stacked with crates of stolen goods and aliens in cages. Ben peered through the bars. Dozens of aliens lay on cold floor grates. Some were injured. They looked up with hopeful eyes. John motioned the team forward. Kate knelt and scanned the cages. She whispered to each alien, "You will be free soon." She worked fast to unlock the cages. The aliens stepped out carefully. One limped with a twisted leg. Kate wrapped it in a field bandage and gave it nutrient gel. The creature licked her hand with gratitude. At the far end, they found the power relay. It fed the base lights and security systems. Alex planted an EMP charge. He set the timer for 5 minutes. "That gives us time to get out," he said. Meanwhile, Beta Squad crept through a maintenance tunnel. They followed the Orb Guide's clicks and pulses. The tunnel led behind the main communications array. Emma tapped a screen and found the frequency keys. She typed in commands. The array went offline. The base's hopes for calling reinforcements died in silence. Back in the cargo hold, the MP flashed. Lights went out. Alarms screamed, then fell silent as systems rebooted. The pirates rushed from nearby quarters, weapons drawn. John raised a hand. "Stop," he shouted. The aliens they rescued stood between them and the pirates. They pressed forward, growling and clicking. The pirates hesitated. In the dark, strength looked unpredictable. Emma and Mia joined Alpha with Beta Squad. They brought more rescued aliens. The hold filled with rescued beings. John pointed to a narrow waste chute. "Through there," he said. "It leads back to the shuttle bay." The team guided the aliens into the chute and down into the service tunnel. Ben covered the rear. He fired non-lethal rounds as pirates tried to follow. The stung rounds hit armor and sparked. The pirates fell unconscious. The dark corridor gave them an advantage. Soon the path was clear. They reached the shuttle bay. The small rescue craft waited under dim lights. Alex opened the bay door. Outside, Horizon loomed above. Drones flew overhead, scanning for threats. John ushered the aliens aboard. Kate checked each one's condition as they loaded. Inside the shuttle, Emma projected the word "launch" in alien symbols. The Orb Guide pressed a button. Soon the shuttle lifted off. It glided into space and joined Horizon's docking port. The crew cheered softly. Back on Horizon, Kate led the aliens to the medical bay. Mia helped them use the living module. The yellow-skinned alien placed a hand on a soft wall panel and purred. The orb creature floated among hydroponic plants. They finally felt safe. On the bridge, John smiled at his team. "Well done," he said. "We saved more lives today." Alex leaned back. "And we did it without a single shot fired?" Ben grinned. That's how humans answer calls for help." Emma patted Mia's shoulder. "We speak the same language. Compassion." Lavra spoke from her station. "Pirate fleet retreating from the sector." "They know we strike back." John nodded. "Now we take our friends home. Set course for Zerathia." He settled into the captain's chair. "Warp drive ready. Jump on my mark." The crew prepared as the nav computer counted down. Horizon leapt away from the pirate base once more. The stars blurred. The rescued aliens recovered in the living module. Kate and Mia remained at their side. John looked at the view. He thought of home and the journey ahead. He whispered, "Only humans responded, and we will not fail them." Horizon leapt through warp space towards Zarathia. Captain John Miller scanned the nav display. The signals from the living module showed peaceful readings. The rescued aliens slept under blue lights. John felt relief and pride. In the ready room, the crew gathered for their final briefing. Emma Lee spoke first. "We arrive at Zarathia orbit in 2 hours. The United Stellar Alliance will guide us to a safe landing zone." John nodded. "We will deliver our friends and return to face the pirate threat. Stay alert." Mia Perez added, "I have prepared a welcome phrase in their language. We greet their people with respect." Kate Ryan said softly, "They deserve a peaceful homecoming." The room fell quiet in shared purpose. In the medical bay, Kate checked the aliens' health once more. Their breathing remained steady. She scanned the orb creature. It had recovered strength and glowed with health. She smiled and adjusted its environment settings. The yellow-skinned alien rose from its biobe and stretched. Kate held out a hand. The alien touched her palm gently. A soft hum filled the room. Kate's heart warmed. Mia joined Emma at the translation console. They practiced the welcome phrase, a series of clicks, purrs, and rising tones. The holodisplay showed the alien symbols. Mia spoke the words. Emma repeated them. The aliens listened from the next room. They looked at the console with bright eyes. In the cargo hold, Alex Turner and Ben Carter prepared the shuttlecraft. They cleaned the landing gear and refueled thrusters. Ben loaded the craft's hold with supplies for the aliens' journey home. Alex checked the suit seals and life support. The shuttle gleamed under repair lights. He polished a panel until it shone. Lavra Simmons monitored all systems from the bridge. She watched the space around Zarathia fill with Alliance ships. White hulls and blue stripes formed orderly lines. Lavra smiled at the view. "We have escorts to the planet. No harm can come now." She set the docking protocol. John walked to the bridge. He watched the stars shift from warp to normal space. The red glow of Zarathia filled the viewport. He tapped his comb. "All stations, prepare for drop." "Greetings ready?" He heard tabs and beeps of approval. The ship shuddered as it exited warp. Horizon's engines glowed orange. The bridge brightened with the planet's light. Emma played the welcome phrase. It echoed from the speakers. The aliens stirred in their module. They leaned forward and repeated the sound in soft purrs. It was their greeting. On the viewport, Alliance ships formed a ring. One opened a clear path to the surface. Lavra guided Horizon through the gap. The ship descended into a wide valley filled with greenery and towers of polished stone. In the shuttle bay, Alex and Ben boarded the craft. Kate carried medical packs. Mia held her data drives. Emma brought a flower from Horizon's hydroponics. John followed, holding the microphone. The shuttle lifted off and slid through the bay. Doors. It glided past Alliance ships and into the planet's thin atmosphere. Engines roared softly. Outside, the valley grew closer. Trees and paths led to a gathering of small figures. On the ground, a welcoming committee of alien peoples waited. They wore robes in green and gold. The yellow-skinned aliens recognized leaders among them. They clicked in happy tones and pointed. The committee raised arms in greeting. Emma pressed a button. The shuttle speakers played the phrase one more time. Clicks, purrs, rising tones. The crowd cheered with melodic sounds. Some clapped. A group of healers approached the shuttle. They carried crystals that shone with healing light. One placed a glowing gem near the orb creature. It pulsed once and glowed brighter. The orb floated free and circled the crystal. 3 times in thanks, the yellow-skinned alien stepped from the shuttle onto the ground. It bowed low. John held his breath. The alien turned to him and tapped his leg. He knelt and bowed back. The Alien led John to a ceremony circle. Mia and Emma followed with data drives. Kate and Ben escorted the other aliens. In the circle, tall pillars of white stone formed a ring. Each pillar had symbols carved in deep grooves. The alien leaders held up their hands. Mia and Emma stood at the center with the rescued ambassadors. A silvery voice rang out in broken English. Humans have shown us mercy and courage. We welcome you as friends. The voice came from a tall figure in gold robes. John stood and bowed. We answered your call as humans always will, he said. We wish you peace and a brighter future. Mia projected translations into the holo display. The audience watched the symbols. Glow. Kate stepped forward. She placed medical packs at the base of the pillars. These will help heal the wounded among you, she said. The healers picked them up with gentle hands. They opened each kit and studied the contents with wonder. Ben spoke next. He handed over the EMP drones. Use these to defend against any who threaten you, he said. He showed how to arm and control them. The leaders tapped his arm in thanks. Alex presented the shuttle's repair logs. Use these to fix what was broken, he said. He described each repair step. The alien engineers wrote it down on crystal tablets. Lavra spoke quietly. We will leave behind a beacon so you can call us if you need help in the future. She showed them the device and its controls. The leaders lifted the beacon high. Emma and Mia guided the rescued aliens in a simple ceremony. They spoke the final words: friend, home, family. The aliens repeated each word. They pressed hands and limbs together in a gesture of unity. The crowd fell silent as the ceremony ended. A bright light rose from the center of the circle. It pulsed in time with each heart. The pillars glowed with ancient power. The valley hummed with life renewed. John felt tears in his eyes. He remembered the dark corridors and the pirate threat. Now hope shone brighter than any star. Horizon waited above, ready to return for him. But for now this world was whole. Again, as the sun set behind stone towers, the shuttle returned to Horizon. The rescued aliens stayed on Zarathia with their kin. The living module's lights dimmed to rest. On the bridge, John settled into his chair. He looked at the view of the planet. Emma sat beside him. We kept our promise, she said. John nodded. We answered the call. We always will. Mia entered with data drives. Our next target is the pirate stronghold, she said. John stood. Plot a course. The crew prepared Horizon for battle. Shields and weapons locked. The path back to the pirates lay ahead. John looked at each face on the bridge. He felt courage. Only humans responded, he whispered. Now we end this threat? The ship slid into warp once more, bound for the final fight. In the ready room, the crew gathered again. They shared a quiet moment of triumph. The rescued aliens were safe. Now they fought for others. They would not rest until all distress signals found human help. Horizon raced through the dark. Stars blurred around her. Inside, a crew of hope and resolve looked forward. They would answer every call, for only humans, and only humans, responded.